1490 WGCH, WGCH.com, anywhere. WGCH News Center time is 8:51. Monday mornings at this time, we check in with the guest speaker before the Retired Men's Association of Greenwich. Wednesday morning, 11 o'clock at Christ Church. It's Seth Grae, President and CEO of Lightbridge Corporation. Good morning, Seth. Welcome. How are you?
Good morning. Great to be with you.
All right. Let's talk about what you'll be talking about Wednesday morning.
Well, we're going to be talking about nuclear power and why there's a resurging interest in nuclear power among investors, among industries looking for more clean power, and what's changing relating to nuclear power now, including under the Trump administration.
Okay, what are some of those changes?
Well, there's obviously a great focus on deregulation. One of the great changes is because there's such a need for power for AI chips in data centers. And this has really changed the world where you have companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google investing heavily in nuclear, Microsoft providing a power purchase agreement to reopen 3 Mile Island of all nuclear power plants to power data centers in the northeastern U.S. And so that's a real change. And also one other change is the technology itself, looking at new fuels, new reactors, smaller reactors, and newer, faster ways to get these deployed.
I guess there's always been the eternal question of the benefits of nuclear power versus the dangers of it, right? Which way is the scales tipping these days?
Well, it's interesting. The polling shows there's been a tremendous public shift in favor of nuclear power. About 2/3 of Americans support nuclear power. And part of that is because of an acceptance of the safety of it. No one's ever died from radiation in the history of the nuclear power industry. By many metrics, it's actually the safest industry in the country. And even at places overseas like Fukushima, where I visited in February, nobody died. No one was hurt. There were hundreds of industrial facilities destroyed by an earthquake and tsunami up and down that coast of Japan, including some of the nuclear power stations at Fukushima. But that didn't kill anyone. The earthquake and tsunami did. And when you look at these newer technologies, newer nuclear fuels, newer nuclear reactors, newer technologies, they're even safer and, can contain anything that could happen inside the building itself and not threaten the public. And we'll see if the Nuclear Regulatory Commission licenses them that way, but that's certainly the way that many of them are being designed. So I think that's affecting the public need, too. But also I think the public understands that to grow our economy, we simply need to have more power. And if people want more clean power, that definitely helps drive nuclear to be in the mix, too.
All right. And who from the RMA invited you, Seth?
Well, it was Arnold Goldstein. And I had a couple years ago been invited to speak by the Stanford Men's Association, the Senior Men's Association there, and that led to 3 other invitations around Fairfield County to other groups, and that led to Arnold, as they all hear about each other's speakers, and I think nuclear over these last couple of years has just become sort of a hotter topic, and I'm also the chairman of the American Nuclear Society's International Council. So I get to get a look at a lot of what's going on, not just in the U.S., but around the world at nuclear. And it's always changing. There's always updates. And I find people are interested in hearing about it.
All right, Seth, appreciate a couple minutes of your time this morning. And you'll get some good questions, I'm sure, from the RMA on Wednesday.
I look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Take care. That's Seth Grae, who is the President and CEO of Lightbridge Corporation, Nuclear Energy's Place in Power Generation. His talk begins 11 o'clock at Christ Church Parish Hall. Also via Zoom, go to greenwichrma.org for Zoom information. Next week's guest speaker, Adam Rees, Nobel laureate, professor of physics and astronomy at Johns Hopkins University, on the surprising expansion history of the universe. This will be only available on Zoom, not in person.